Alright. I think I kind of have it figured out.
Yes? What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
White male in his 40s, what more do you need?
I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know?
Alright.
Good.
I don't know if I should say that I don't know anything. I'm just gonna leave it be for now. That walkway is so weird. Okay, I don't think I can do anything about this yet.
There he still is, looking right through you with his what?
It's still low. Let's try talking to this asshole again.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Oh. Yeah, no. I still think it's hilarious to say, Kuno, I threw up and I can't investigate the body.
Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah. Fucking pathetic.
You were lucky you didn't die there.
The slurs are actually insane, though. Actually insane. Alright, let's ask him for advice.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you. What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid.
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter.
Okay.
That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
I cannot stand these fucking children.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
What's with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Cool pig head. I liked it. I got one too.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is...
Fuck your shit back to normal. What?
Alright.
Well played.
Alright.
No one saw that coming.
I found a plate with some coke. Kuno was...
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
What's with the tube of... whatever?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
It's magnesium.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die!
This is insane. I guess I'll ask about my coat.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that.
After what?
Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secret. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it.
Okay. Can I get into the harbor from the roof?
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly, pig.
I tried that and it did not go
Kuno
well.
knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the fear Kuno style.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
Good call, Pigmeister.
Alright, enough
Don't
of
come
that.
and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Let's talk about the
The
body,
fuck about
Kuno.
You're
Nothing new about
Get
that.
lost!
Bro. With the fucking slurs, dude.
Yeah, the kingdom of Kuno. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno. Kuno.
Alright.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to mag it up.
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
Alright.
Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem, and it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
Okay. Oh, right, I forgot. I need to check these.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you,
Well,
trash?
it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
I guess we'll ask him.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's a hunch, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get in the...
We could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage, or...
No or... Pry
We
bar.
might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Okay. Well, obviously we're not going to be using the crowbar at the moment. Interesting. Alright. We will head back to talk to the manager. Also a minute for the music, dude. I love it. I just love this style in general. Okay.
Can I help you?
The trash container.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
I love catching things like this, but it also bothers me. The narrator just said he was a leading figure on the blah 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 about the 9-day government. So why does the text say 11-day government? And also, I have no idea what's going on.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? We should return to this theory at a later time, officer. This here was about the trash container.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Alright.
No one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
I've seen something?
What thing?
Oh.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
I can't go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Okay. I have a search warrant. There could be something pertinent to the investigation.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
By the way, I'm gonna sing karaoke.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Okay. Okay. Right, we got the keys to the union box. Or the union box. The trash The trash box. I don't know what time. Well, I can't even go there, so it must be closed. I am loving this game again. I was hesitant to start it again, but I'm glad I did.
This trash container is locked.
Hold on. I had a thought bubble. What was that all about? Okay.
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that something's in
There
here?
is, but you won't like it.
Too bad.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
I got gloves on, it's all good.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Drive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Side note, I love how British people say pasta. I wish we said pasta. Pasta just sounds better, and I hate the word pasta. I don't know why. I'm gonna start saying pasta. Anyways, let's look at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Oh.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver in odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Oh, we're reaching for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Oh, that's actually revolting.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
A thrown-out towel in a mug.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
I feel like Kuno did it, but I don't feel like we're supposed to be fucking with Kuno. So...
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Let's search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Nothing.
Okay.
What's this?
Oh. What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Take it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
What exactly does that mean? a man's handwriting. How do you know? What?
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash? I don't know, I'm boring. Okay.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime, or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Alright.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Oh, I can't look at... okay.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social...
Oh yeah, that wasn't really cool of me,
You've
but it's
acquired
okay.
an interactable item. Investigate this item further by...
The container
gonna
sounds a
sell it.
muffled gong.
Probably.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Okay, we have a lot to do here in our inventory. So... interact.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
There's quite a lot to read into, actually.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. The mug will be useful. Denouncing it, I can earn political capital. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It's just a funny mug. No, we're not doing that. For the sake of the game, I'm gonna go with this in case it does actually have like perks to it later. I don't know why it would. I don't remember how this game works completely, but
If you want to earn some change by guilting people, go for it. But if you want to earn real dough, finish the case and start getting...
alright. What else did I have? They were like my notes or something, I thought. Read your ledger. Go to the inventory and interact with the damaged ledger. Oh, my bad.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Right. What more do you need? A rubber condom stuck to the back. A graffito that says, defeated. I think you catch the drift. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
Hey, yo, Kim, what the fuck is this sticker?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Light?
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Alright.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all?
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I've made plenty of
It's
mistakes.
okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There's mention of a naming convention?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
I don't know what any of that just meant.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Okay, so ask him about the name?
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why, Kim?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case. The Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one The man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
Period, Kim. I love that for you. Show me a little bit of your personality.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died.
Oh my god.
It was a workplace accident.
Kim, that's dark, dude. Alright, let's count the pages.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passage. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do.
Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Alright, Kim, I won't take your pens. Fuck, I'll use my pencil.
Absolutely motionless at first, then animated, slowly, imperceptibly even. The lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you to the case files. Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones I finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry. And
yes,
it feels good.
Love that for me.
Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens
hey,
Militia.
Yo, Kim.
Now all that remains is to name the case.
Kim, did you name the case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Oh. Shit on a stick. I fear that eats, but the Furies are at home in the mirror is terrifying. The setting sun is nice and poetic, but I fear that I need to do the Hanged Man. It just I think that's literally the only thing we can do.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man.
Thank you.
Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Wow, thank you, Kim.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I leveled up. I need to go get another point. That's it?
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. Okay. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
I guess I want to do this, but I'm gonna browse this other stuff first.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
We're gonna need one of them.
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Misconduct
A
fine.
monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real.
Okay, it's not important.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified all in a print so small it could be considered downright cute.
Okay, here we go. Field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrong. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
So, it's been a while since I played this, and I really don't remember all the fine details because there's so much to this game. And so I can't remember, like, I feel like I'm doing a lot better this time around. I feel like I did not have this much, like, opportunities and dialogue and stuff. So I'm hoping I'm doing better, but I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna look at the clipboard and smell it before I try and read the case files, and maybe skill up my logic. But that's a pretty good chance. I don't know. We'll see.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
I don't know why I would need to ask what the color is, because he said it like 3 times. I guess I'll ask
Blue.
Okay.
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
The blue heart. Okay. Shake it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. And something small inside. Light, made of paper or cardboard. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
You have to stop using words that I don't fucking understand.
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Ooh. Wait, Lonesome Long Way Home. Why is that a -1?
The acidic stench of rotting food has rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet.
Alright.
Remember when I said the smell of the upstairs bathroom was so rank they should have sent a poet to describe it?
Yeah, I do.
Why, yes it is. Among many other things. This cleaning tablet is used by the whirling in rags. Perhaps that's where the ledger was dropped in the toilet. By you.
Alright. We're gonna try to open the compartment. If I don't do it, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't know, actually, maybe I should try this first. If I don't open this, I'll be so upset.
Yes,
Oh,
you
thank
can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural. Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horace Debbie Behringer? Haram? Darhan? Beanzakin? These aren't my initials. I'm not feeling them. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. I'm gonna go with that.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry. Yeah, we're staying out of this business for now. HDB is bad news from yesteryear.
Okay.
It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
Holy shit. Okay. I guess we'll just start from the top.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class."
Period.
People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Just keep reading.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Wow. What the fuck? You know what? Leave it, to be honest.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world, for new people. And it is too late for us.
The middle class are not to be blamed.
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
Unsolvable case.
AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man. And you can't lock them away, because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Can't we just keep them off the streets?
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition, because that's where the action is. Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop. as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Leslie drops his pants, right?
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day, when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
Oh.
In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Oh shit, I'm getting tired, but I got to. I feel ouch.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
Damn.
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
A sequence killer.
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
Okay, that one's quicker. The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They looked really cool, like a rock band.
Yes, as you
Sounds
said
like an
here,
album cover.
insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I catch it?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Alright, last one. Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum-tum-tum at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead. Of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Alright, how do you die?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner, JM, only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder.
Okay.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills.
Shit or get off the pot, man.
Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now.
Oh my.
Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Okay.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Really cool.
Yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular.
Sounds bomb.
No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open. Blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
You know what? That happens with a lot of things. I feel like sometimes I don't realize how drunk I am until I get up to go to the bathroom either. That's just it's just how it goes.
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next.
I think that's it, my guy.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
I need to wrap it up, but I'm gonna try to do this, and yeah, okay. See, I figured doing some of the other stuff would maybe help, so.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know.
Alright, open it
Without
up.
resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The two ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Fucking kill yourself, you asshole. So real for that.
Two octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
I low-key wanna put the fucking kill yourself, you asshole, but I'm gonna go with proceeding.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers.
Smell it.
It smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon. The
Open it.
familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, wrapped. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. You think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
I am already ecstatic at the fact that my name is Harry. Like, fuck yeah, my name is Harry.
Throw it away, please.
I'm gonna keep reading.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Oh, this is fucking sad.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark.
Yeah.
Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
That's unfortunate. Oh, did I die? Did I fucking die because of that?
There is nothing.
Oh my god,
Again.
what? Oh, I was so fucking scared.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
Alright.
Is it? The world is gone. You are no longer reacting to outward stimuli, yet still.
A bitter caustic sense of loss remains. Even in the darkness, great sorrows slip in the water. Slimy.
The limbic system voice is probably one of my least favorite things. Second, maybe only to Kuno. Kuno and Kuno S and the limbic system and fucking Gart at the Whirling in Rags, I can't.
The call when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow.
I lied. I think limbic system takes the cake and Kuno is a second.
Because it's always there.
Tell him. Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do?
Smelled like betrayal, bitch.
Yeah, man. Fuck everything. Total blackout forever.
Was that the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Yes.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again.
Alright, I'm done.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules. No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
That is probably my man, Kim Kitsuragi, you're talking about. Do not talk about him like that. That man is my boo.
Yes. They're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
I told you that was my man.
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil.
Drink. Water.
Alright.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Yes.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat.
What happened?
I was dehydrated.
Right. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonus.
Alright. Gosh. I feel like there's a lot of things to do. But I really need to stop, so...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
All right. Ready?
The dashboard lights up like a leopard. The lights
right.
unfold.
We're
There
gonna
you
use the
go.
headlights
I'll turn
to-
them off from the remote once you're done.
We're gonna use the headlights to, read that thing real quick.
Yes?
No, I didn't want to talk to you, Kim. I was trying to have a thought.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp,
There she is. Revèche l'Ouest.
around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her.
Ah, Martinez.
Where are we?
Let me see. Right here.
I'm sure I've seen
Oh,
worse.
yes. Coal City.
There are many of them, and they are divided into three. The first row has 18 dots.
Next one.
The next is the longest. It runs all the way. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 100. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Hey Kim. What do these holes mean, my guy?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do
Damn.
before you volunteered?
$18 years?
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
I was expecting a higher number.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
You ever killed anybody, Kim?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Alright.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go to know.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
My statistics. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna clock it off here and we will resume later. Hope you enjoyed that.